Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sixth Letter to Earth. I am Kyle or Nightmarish, and this is episode 13. As you can see, I have a different name of the title. It's the name of the person I'm going to be interviewing today. So, episode 13 is Gamer Chris CC, which I will be having my first interview on Sixth Letter to Earth on this episode. So, I'm pretty excited about this. As you can tell by his name, we're going to be talking about video games, streaming, and building a community and everything, right? And I feel like video gaming is also a passion of mine. It's a passion that I have had ever since I was born, since I was little. But it's important to have like different hobbies that can distract you from the outside world. Like if you're into politics or the news, you follow the news and everything like that, it's good to have a hobby that you're not connected with that in, you know? That's the issue is I like recording this podcast for my hobby, and the last 2 weeks I kind of did get a little political, and it kind of messed with my mind. So this one, we're going to do a complete 360 from that. We're going to get away from that, and we're going to go into talking about a passion of mine and a passion of my first interviews. We're first going to start off by telling you what gaming has meant to me. Firstly, I've been playing games since I was really young. Like I think before I was 5, before I went to school, I was playing video games. I remember playing, waking up early at my dad's and playing some Sonic the Hedgehog. And I remember every weekend just going to this place, always playing Sega, always playing Super Nintendo, or even the NES. We had an NES system at my grandparents' place. Like I didn't care. I played Super Mario Brothers 3 non-stop. I never beat it. I never beat it until I was older. But when I was a kid, I just didn't care. It was the same levels over and over and over and over again. But I enjoyed it. I loved it. Same with Sonic. It was the exact same thing. It was fun. But the problem with me growing up is I was moved around a lot. I didn't really stay in one spot too much. I was always moving around. So I had a hard time making friends. But the one thing I always had was video games. Video games kept me busy. They kept me company. And I pretty much kept it up all the way till I graduated and moved out. I was just playing video games. That was like my main thing. And when I was a teenager, with the amount of times I was playing, people would say, "Ooh, you're just obsessed. You're crazy over your video games. You're just all that." The way I looked at it is I was not doing drugs. I was not really partying. I was not really going out with much of my friends all the time. I was pretty much at home just playing video games instead. Doing my schoolwork and playing video games. I kept my... People call it an obsession. I call it keeping my nose out of trouble. So I've been playing games for my entire life, pretty much. Naturally, growing up, in the age I grew up, I was born in 92, so about the time I was 6, 7, 8, my dad had installed a game on his computer, that I just fell in love with immediately. A game where you act as this person going around stealing cars, and it's a bird eye view. You stole cars and you're driving all around, and yeah, you were driving all around and you were just causing mayhem, explosions, shooting people. And of course I'm talking about Grand Theft Auto, which is probably out of all the games I played, the Grand Theft Auto series is probably my favorite of all time. Whether it's being in Vice City, San Andreas probably took up the most of my time. Whether it was actually San Andreas or if you're talking about GTA 5. Took up most of my time of gaming. But I've also played many different games. I'm not really picky on the types of game I play. I like sports games. I like puzzle games. I like RPGs. Action games. I like all sorts of games. My main thing is I want it to be fun. I don't want it to be a fun game that I can have a good experience in. And it doesn't take itself too seriously. That's another thing, is I don't like games that take itself too seriously. So when it comes to shooting games, I'm not a really huge fan of Call of Duty, because I feel like it takes itself too seriously. GTA does it too, where they get a little too serious sometimes. That's why, alternatively from GTA, I like playing Saints Row, where it didn't take itself too seriously, and it was a good counteract. However, at least GTA still had some fun aspects that you could still play when it wasn't getting too serious, you know? You did have some fun aspects that kind of made me feel better, or feel better about playing the game. So I don't know, there's always a pick and choose with the games. I like fun games that allow you to do a bunch of random things and customizations. I love customizations and all that. So naturally, my love for playing video games have led me into streaming and making videos. When I was younger, like when I first graduated, I started making videos on YouTube. One of my first things I did was called NES game reviews or classic game reviews, where I would take, I'd play a little bit of, I'd take any NES games or SNES games. At the time, I was using an emulator to play it all, obviously. But at the time, I was just playing NES games, or classic games, Sega, SNES, and NES. And I would review all the games. It's all on my YouTube channel. And I enjoyed making it. Never really got big or anything like that. Right now, my biggest video on YouTube probably was just a remake. I just took, I took gameplay from Jurassic Park, the Sega Genesis game. And I made this, raptor. I was playing as a raptor, and I was dancing. I made it do dance moves to Skrillex's reptile. That's probably my biggest viewed video. It's not even my own content. All I did was dance around with this dinosaur and record a couple actions. It was not much, but I didn't really care. I didn't care about the views. I didn't care if many people seen it. I didn't care if many people enjoyed it. I made it because I enjoyed it. I had fun making videos. That's why I like making my podcast. That's why I like anything I do. Anything I do right now, I enjoy making it because I first off enjoy playing it and doing it. Secondly, the other thing is I like, if I can make one person happy or entertained from something I make or say or something I do, that's what it means the most to me, is if one person is happy with my content, that's all I care about. So naturally, me making videos eventually led me to Twitch. I got my PS4 and I was exploring all the different things with PS4, and I could see I could I could stream directly from my PS4 to Twitch. And that's where I started. I started my Twitch channel, and I started streaming, and I was just streaming mini games. I didn't have a regular schedule. I just randomly streamed. But it was eventually at one point in time, I started streaming, and it started getting serious. I saw an opportunity arise to me because the guest I have on today, actually, his network found me somehow. His network. People, through someone that knew him, found me and gave me an opportunity to grow my channel. So I have to thank him for that, for helping me and guiding me through my first little bit of streaming, major streaming, regular streaming. And it kind of allowed me to grow into what I'm doing today. And it allowed me to have the courage to look into making my podcast, do my podcast and going out. And yeah, so I'm going to say thank you to him when he's on here anyways. So, but first, before we get into that interview, I just want to say you can find my Twitch channel at Nightmarish, NITEMAREISH 98. I'll be playing No Man's Sky this week, and I'll probably try a few others. I'm actually kind of excited. There's a game coming out for PlayStation Plus tomorrow that I'm actually kind of excited about. I'm going to try and make a video through. You can also find me on my Linktree. My Linktree I'll post on I'll post it in Twitch right now. It's ! Linktree. So, and you can also catch a live premiere party for all new episodes of 6 Letter to Earth on Saturdays around 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. It'll be give or take. That's also when the new episodes will get released, or around that time is when they all get released. The next episode this weekend, I'm going to be trying a call-in feature where during the after shows, people can come and call and talk to me, live debate about the topic at hand, or anything, really. So I'm getting all set up so we can try that out this Saturday. And I'm also thinking of doing rewatching old episodes. I think that's actually where I'm going to do it. I think if I haven't done already by the time you listen to this, I am going to I'm going to watch an old episode and have the call-in feature experimented on that at the end of that episode. So anyways, that's where you can all find me. My Linktree, find everything you want to where you want to find me. So I say right now, let's get ready to go to our guest, and we will introduce him on the other side of the music. All right, so welcome to Sixth Letter to Earth's first interview. Today, I kind of gave a vague introduction to him, but his name is Gamer Chris CC. And hello there, Chris. How are you doing today?
I am good. How are you doing? How are you, Nightmare?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to be conducting my first interview today, so I'm pretty excited for this. So, obviously from your name, I guess you like video games, hey?
Yes, I love video games.
Nice. What kind of games do you like to play?
I like, obviously, a good horror like Outlast. And I'm currently playing Horizon Zero Dawn 2 right now. I love the first game. It was awesome.
Nice. I've actually never tried Horizon Dawn. I've seen so many good things, and it looks good. It looks like it's a fun game. I never actually tried it. And yeah, there's a new one out right now. I have no idea about that game. I've never tried that one. I haven't really been trying any new games lately, like any of the newer games. I've been playing so many old games right now, so I need to try.
The thing about newer games is they're really expensive.
Yeah, that's the thing. They are really expensive, and also for me, I haven't really seen too many newer games out immediately that I'm like, ooh, I have to go out and buy it right now. I haven't been drawn to any newer games lately.
Well, at this point, it's all the same thing. They're not really making anything different.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's almost with how many video games there are there. It's very hard to have an original idea right now because people just want sequels to everything. Like everyone wants a sequel to Grand Theft Auto 5. But you know what's a game? I don't know if you're familiar with Rockstar Games. Are you familiar with Rockstar Games?
Yeah.
You know what game that no one ever asks for a sequel of, but I think deserves a sequel to?
What?
L.A. Noire.
Oh, L.A. Noire definitely needs a sequel. It was a really good game.
It was an amazing game. I love the twist that I kind of like how they kind of vaguely had that little twist at the end with the how it all went. It was great. They need to do another one. They need to do another game like that. I thought I had such high hopes for Rockstar. Like I thought they did really good with Grand Theft Auto 5, but when L.A. Noire and Red Dead Redemption came out, I thought GTA was gonna have a next step, but they wanted to keep it simple still. I feel for the game that they know, they didn't want to go too crazy with the other extras they had in Red Dead and L.A. Noire, which I felt like they had a lot of stuff in there. They had a lot of potential when they really brought Grand Theft Auto 5 out.
That's the thing with Rockstar. They're obsessed with Grand Theft Auto that they don't care about any of the other games.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I get it. I get that they're obsessed with Grand Theft Auto because obviously it's a huge. Like, how long have this one been out for? It's been like 13 years, almost.
Yeah.
No, not 13 years. It's only been like 11, but still, one game for 11 years. Which, to be honest, though, I like that though. I like that because it doesn't make it seem like, oh, this game I just bought it's not gonna be obsolete. Like right now I have PS4 and GTA, and I don't feel like I need to rush to get PS5 right now because I still can play it. So yeah, that's one thing I like about Rockstar games. But let's go back. How old were you when you roughly started playing video games? Would you say?
How old was I?
Yeah, roughly, would you say?
Probably, I don't know, really young. Probably like 8.
Oh, okay. What was the first game you remember playing?
The first game I remember playing.
Yeah.
I'm not, it was probably either Sonic or Crash Bandicoot. It was one of them.
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog was definitely mine, or Mario, Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah, I played all the Mario games. They were pretty fun.
Yeah, they were pretty fun. I didn't really like Mario 2 too much, but that's also because of all the bullshit they put into it. Like, I don't know if you've heard the story of Super Mario Bros. 2 or not, but
I have not.
Okay, I'll just quickly. Technically, Super Mario Bros. 2 is not even the game that it's played. That you play was not actually intended to be Super Mario Brothers 2. That was actually another old Japanese game that the developers thought would be easier for people in America to play than the actual Super Mario Brothers 2 that they had designed.
Wow.
Yeah, and essentially Super Mario Bros. 2 is going to look a lot like the first one, but a little extra harder. So, I don't know. It's the one good thing from Super Mario Bros. 2 is it kind of introduces more characters, I guess. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
But, alright. So while you were growing up playing with video games, what's a series that you were always playing? Like, what was a game that you were always playing no matter what? Or you probably spent most of your time growing up with?
Well, while I was growing up, we used to just get around with my friends and play the old Crash Bandicoot, and we used to just like pass the controller to one another. And that was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do that anymore.
No, a lot of games have you can't do split screen with many games right now.
No, you can't. It's...
But I guess we're also... what's that?
They need to bring out more split screen games again.
I could see... I'm kind of on the fence with that, because I do enjoy a good split screen, and obviously with my son, he obviously wants to play more games with me too. But I think we've all gone so used to just having a full screen and playing online. I think that's where I'm kind of like, I get what they're doing, because it's easier to just make it online features than having split screen, maybe. And also,
yeah.
Like, I feel as you get a better experience through an online multiplayer and then also the other thing it does is it encourages more people to buy the game instead of leeching off of one person.
That's the issue. Like, if you have like a few people in your house, you can't just sit and play a game with them unless they all have a console and they all have the game.
Yeah, no, and I do know that that's a strategy of them to earn more money, because that's the name of the game. You're trying to earn money. So obviously they're going to take away split screen, which it was fun to do. Like I remember playing split screen games. It was always fun. But I do appreciate I do kind of get what they're doing with it online. I even get what they do with some of these games where it's free to play. You don't have to pay for them, because it's all money making, right? Like Rocket League and Fortnite, I get it. They're pretty much just trying to make you buy these enhancing packs. But the game by itself is still fairly fun as it's free.
But the game, now they should make more games like A Way Out and It Takes Two, because they're fun and both people don't need to play the game to play it. I mean, they don't need to buy the game to play it. And they're fun co-op games to play.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to remember which one. And one of the Nintendo games they had. I think it's a DS or 3DS or one of them, where you could do that. If you had if someone else had a DS, you could actually, if one person has a cartridge, you could multiplayer link in close proximity with someone with a Nintendo DS. So only one person needs to have the disc. I don't know if that's how it is now with the Switches, but I remember with 3DSs you could do that. Now, how old are 3DSs? That's only how long were they been around for?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I'm not really a Nintendo fan.
Yeah, see, I only know vaguely about Nintendo because I obviously having a kid around you always hear about Nintendo. So I don't know about Switch. I remember 3DSs though. I remember playing with 3DS. I liked how if someone else had a 3DS in the house, you could share your multiplayer game with that person, and they could play with you. I wish there was a kind of feature like that where you can share your game. Like, I think they vaguely kind of have something like that on PlayStation, but you only get like an hour to share your game with someone.
Yeah, they have shared play, but it's a pile of crap.
Yeah,
it never worked.
Yeah, I've never seen it work. Like, I've only ever used share play to watch other people play, because I've never tried to take a controller from them, because it just doesn't seem to work.
It's been out long enough. It was out on PS4. It's now out on PS5. You would have thought Sony would have fixed it by now.
Oh, they haven't fixed it on PS5s yet?
No, it's the same shit.
Oh, jeez. All right. So let's see where are we at here. Okay, so one last question about video games on my end. Do you have an opinion or like yeah, do you have an opinion about any video games that you would defend to the grave, or something that you would debate about video games?
Saints Row, a lot of people don't like it, and I think it's awesome.
See, yeah, and I heard your argument about Saints Row before, but to enlighten everyone here, see, and I even said it in my thing. I don't hate Saints Row. I love Saints Row. I love Saints Row 2, and I love Saints Row the Third. Up until the DLC, like, if I can, I didn't like the superheroes. I didn't like the superheroes DLC. I get that they wanted to keep pushing the envelope, keep going further and further, but I felt like it was just getting too ridiculous. I felt like it was like,
They may have added superheroes, but it was still funny.
like, I can imagine it was so funny because I can imagine if they were going to pull it off, but I just got so put off from it. I stopped playing Saints Row the Third after they came out with that DLC. I didn't stick with any DLCs, and I stopped playing Saints Row the Third after that.
They did it so well. Like, you need to play. If you play Saints Row 4, I guarantee you by the end of the game you'll love it.
I'll have to give it a try. I'm gonna have to like it's something I'm gonna have to put my head down and be like, okay, I'm gonna have to try it. Like, that's sort of like what happened with me and Call of Duty. For a long time, I would not play Call of Duty because I didn't get it. I didn't understand why people got it. I liked it for a little bit. I played a little bit of it, and then I just turned around like, yeah, no, I don't like Call of Duty. Saints Row the Third, though, and Saints Row series, I feel like it's more of a popular opinion to say Saints Row did fall after Saints Row the Third.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Saints Row the Third. Anyways,
Saints Row 4 was all good. It was a lot of fun.
well, that's what Saints Row games were all about. They were all about fun and getting weird and quirky. Like, I was okay with the aliens. I was okay with having like all these different military ships in there. Like, obviously that's why one thing I like about GTA is that they brought military vehicles to use. So they're kind of not taking it so seriously as they were before.
And you never know where the storyline is going to end up. Like, you don't know what's going to happen next.
That's true, and that's where Saints Row was kind of crazy. Like, I like it was always nuts. That's why I'm excited for the new game coming out. That the new ones, I'm excited to have a restart.
Yes, the new one is out August.
August, awesome. I'm gonna have to maybe pre-order that. Maybe.
I'm thinking about pre-ordering it.
Yeah. Well, I did that. I've only pre-ordered. Like, do you pre-order games? Is that something you like to do a lot?
I used to pre-order every single game coming out. Like, I used to pre-order every game. But lately, games have been going up in price.
Yeah.
So I can't really afford to do it anymore.
Yeah. I've only pre-ordered I only pre-ordered 2 games in my life. Actually, I don't pre-order too many games. One of them, I don't know. Did you ever hear of the game Mortar Storm?
No.
Okay, so in 2012, I pre-ordered. There's a game called Mortar Storm Apocalypse. It's a car racing game, and it was like you're not just one type of vehicle. It's like there's motorcycles, semis, off-road vehicles, supercars, all driving at the same time. But this game came out with a new feature where you do one lap, and so during the apocalypse, right? So you go do one lap of this course where things are already wrecked and everything. The next lap, something else happens, like a natural disaster, like a building falls over, or a road gets washed over, or a highway falls. So your route changes. So the race changes every single time you're driving on a lap, which I thought was fun. It is so much fun, but like I said, I don't know if you heard the year that I said, was it? No, it was 2011. That's when I got it. I did that. And 2011, right when it was supposed to come out, that was right when that hack from Sony happened.
That hack, by the way, pissed me off to shit because I couldn't get online.
Oh, I know. That's what I was like that too, because I was excited to play this new game online with people. I was so excited for it, and then yeah, the hack, like, how long was that? I was like, I don't know how many kids today would survive if that happened.
I barely survived. It felt like forever.
Yeah, it was rough. Like it was definitely rough. Like for me, I like playing offline games sometimes, but especially like at that point in time, I was playing like a lot of I don't know if you ever heard of the game Meg.
No.
MAG. It was like massive. Yeah, it's massive action gaming, but it was like the first shooter game to bring in like over 64 players in a console match in like a first person
Oh,
shooter.
yeah.
Because we could have matches up to 120 players on one match, and that was PS3 though. But yeah, so I was enjoying that kind of game, and when the online wasn't working, it's like you can't play it offline. It's like it was annoying. I remember that. So
I don't trust like these console like even if a game's single player, I still don't play it without the internet. I don't know why. I
mm,
just don't. So when Sony got hacked and I couldn't get online, I didn't play games.
oh,
And I was going out my mind.
I can imagine. I was able to still play games. Like I think I can't remember what I was doing around that time. I can't remember what I ended up doing. I think I was playing MotorStorm just offline. I also had a lot of work at that time too, so I can't remember what I was doing. Oh, I think that's also when I was making videos too. I started making videos on my laptop, so that's probably what I was doing at that time. So, all right, so naturally you love video games. So, what kind of inspired you to start making content or streaming?
I used to be really low on confidence. I don't really like people, at least people outside or in life. So I started streaming basically to try get my confidence back up,
Okay,
and it's been working.
yeah, there you go. That's yeah, no. How long have you been streaming or making content for?
About a year. Has
A
it been
year?
a year yet?
Okay. So you just recently started.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was so came a long way in a year though.
I
But
Yeah, from what I've heard, yeah, that's from what I've heard from other people. It does sound like you have grown a lot, and also especially
a lot.
considering you come from, considering that you are weren't all a fan of other people. It's kind of interesting how you started to make the community, the group, to help other streamers grow. What kind of inspired you to get working on that?
Well, obviously, when I first started streaming, I had no viewers. I got to a point in 1 month of streaming, which I'm actually quite proud of. Through
Nice.
networking and stuff, it only took me a month to get to a point.
There you go.
Um, but yeah, I just difficult, especially when you just start out and no one's really talking to you or anything, and it's hard for a lot of streamers to get off that like first step. So I I just felt like helping them out.
And that's where I kind of met you too, because I was starting to stream, and I think that's probably you've been streaming a couple months before you see me or something like that, or we met. Because I was met from another someone who is friends with you. He found my stream and he started at me and he introduced me to everyone here, and that's how I met you. So I gotta thank you for helping me get my Twitch up and going and getting me back into streaming. I wasn't making content for the longest time there. I wasn't streaming or anything, and kind of helped me get a little boost with the Twitch. And if I didn't start my Twitch and if I didn't start streaming and feel like I could actually do something with my stream, I wouldn't have made this podcast either. And so
Yeah.
essentially, I gotta thank you, and anyone who enjoys this podcast is gonna thank you for helping me get back into making content.
Thank you, Nightmare, for being a part of the community.
Absolutely. So with the community, you have a Discord server, um, that we're a part of. I want you to describe. Could you tell everyone a little bit about the Discord?
Well, the Discord started out just for streamers, to help them get to affiliate or whatever, grow their Twitch channel. But now I kind of want it to be a place for streamers still, but also a place where people can come in and make friends and have connections. Because most of the time you don't get that in the real world.
Yeah,
So
no.
yeah, and we're also going to start doing some events. Like we're going to start watching movies. We're going to have you do a podcast thing there if we can. If we get enough people interested, we might do stuff like karaoke night and stuff like that. That'll be fun.
Oh my god, that sounds like it'll be a blast. Yeah, and I know. Yeah, we're in discussion again. Some events with Six Letter to Earth onto your Discord. There's no official date yet, but I do plan on doing like some speeches and kind of just another secondary thing to the channel. So I would keep everyone updated with the Six Letter to Earth, and if we do happen to go onto your Discord, which I'll post a link. I'll have a link attached to wherever the podcast is. I'll have a link to the Discord, but we'll also keep an eye on that. I'm thinking hopefully sometime in March we can do something. I want to get something working for sometime in March.
March.
So it's next
That
month.
sounds good.
Yes. So with everything, with your whole Discord, your whole gaming, and your whole streaming, do you have a goal or a mission that you are hoping to accomplish, or is there a goal you're hoping to accomplish?
My goal, well, when I first started streaming, my friend told me to start streaming. I really didn't have a goal because I thought I wasn't going to get this far. But we got to a point in that. So I suppose now my goal is to obviously attract more people to our Discord and stuff like that. Get it active and going. And just to help other people get to where they want to be.
That's awesome, man. And with this whole interview, I have actually one more quick question before we finish off here. I love that's one thing I love about the community, and I love how you guys always want to help little guys get up on their Twitch streaming, and you want to get them moving forward. And that's one thing I love about this community is you have, like, especially on your Discord, people may find your Discord or join your Discord that may not have been Twitch streamers, and maybe they like listening to podcasts, and maybe there's people who just want to find friends or art or anything like that. I love the Discord for how well it's sorted out. I forgot to ask one thing about your Twitch channel though, and maybe you can. What kind of things do you do to attract new people, or what kind of things do you do on your Twitch channel that you'd say is unique or that you use to attract people?
I do stupid stuff. Like, I just try and think of ideas that I think nobody's done, or that I think are funny, or that will make people laugh.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, eating Reapers, that's painful for me,
Yeah.
but other people like it. Dressing up as Christina, that's funny. Like, I felt uncomfortable the entire time, but everybody else was laughing and having a good time.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. And that's the name. If you're entertaining people and people are having a good time, that's all that matters, right? Who cares if you look foolish or anything like that, right? Other people are happy, that's fine. Well, and that's the thing. Maybe you're not even feeling foolish. Maybe you're feeling happy because you're providing entertainment to other people.
I think that's the important thing when you're streaming or making any type of content. There are a lot of people that have had a bad day or something, and they just want to come on the internet to laugh or have some fun, to like relax and rewind. And I think that's what it's about. You need to
exactly. You're just trying, and that's the thing, is the problem I find a lot with a lot of content creators, they look at the number instead of looking at who is there and who is enjoying it. Then they might not even be able to see that all the time, like who's all enjoying it, because maybe some people don't always talk to you when you're making content. And so I think that's something I think that's one thing I had to come up to grips with, is that you're not always, like on YouTube, you're not always going to get people liking your videos. On here, even on here, you may have viewers. They may not be right now viewers. They may not be watching your channel right now, and they may not interact with you. but they obviously are staying there to have some sort of. They obviously must be getting some sort of entertainment from your content, and that to me is where I appreciate when I make my content.
Not everybody are going to like your videos, but the thing you need to remember is some people are going to like your videos, some people are going to hate them, but you just need to make them for the people who like them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't pertain to the people who are hating and say, oh, you need to change all this. Say, no, you got to do what you want to do. Don't let other people distract. Don't let other people
ignore all the mean comments.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You're going to get them.
Oh yeah, no, that's obviously in anything you do, there'll be mean comments and everything. So, one thing I'm going to start doing with my podcast and with Six Letter to Earth when I conduct these interviews, I'm going to be asking some questions about the podcast. So I have 3 questions here that I'm going to ask you. So first off, are you familiar with the podcast Six Letter to Earth?
Yes, I watch them all the time when you live stream them.
Awesome. And do you have a favorite topic that I have discussed?
I like the talk of dark and light energy. I think that's very important.
That's like the main important thing. Like I'm actually, that's on the event that we would have. That's the first thing I would talk about.
I don't necessarily agree with all your topics because I'm not a very religious person, but I think a lot of people do have darkness inside of them, but they also have good.
Oh yeah. See
and.
Yeah, no, exactly. There's everyone. That's the one. Why I like to discuss the energies before talking about religion or anything like that is because everyone should be able to connect with. If something makes you feel good or something makes you feel bad, I think that's a universal thing everyone can relate to. So that's something that I would love to keep talking about is positive energy because. You can control how much energy you place in everything.
And another thing I love about your podcast, real quick, is the fact that you make everybody feel welcome. Like you let people know if they don't believe in the same thing that you believe in, then it's okay.
Exactly. And if you feel the urge that you need to debate, that's why I'm trying to do my call-in feature. I have the after shows because a lot of people debate if they really want to debate if they can't handle having a debate, and I'm all for people having a debate. Like that's one thing I've said right from the beginning. I want to encourage debate. I want open discussion. And I feel like that's the problem with a lot of people when you see content when we get so polarized and everything. They may think, oh, this guy's not making content that's specifically for me. I don't really agree with it. I want to make someone feel like instead of that I'm not welcoming you, you can leave. You can debate me and tell me kind of what you feel about that particular issue.
Yeah.
So that's kind of one thing I'm excited about doing. Is there a topic like now from there? Is there a topic that you see out in the ether, like out in the world, that you think I should explore a little bit, or an episode idea that you'd have for me?
I think I told you this before, but I think depression is a really good one because there's a lot of people out there suffering, and I think your wisdom and just listening to someone talk about something can actually help someone. It can help them feel like they're not alone in the world.
Absolutely. Like I was actually debating on doing a secondary podcast, like a special podcast, just kind of pumping everyone up, and just have a little episode there. That's why I wanted to get back to my positivity streams, which I should get back into because I think we need more of that coming back. We need some more positive energy burst into this world. We need some more. I do, and depression is definitely something I need to investigate into because I'll be honest, I think majority of the people who go through episodes of depression.
I do. Most people suffer from it. In fact, people that don't even know they're suffering from it suffer from it.
Well, that's the thing. For me, I just recently have discovered that I have gone through episodes of depression. And even right now, like even recently, I've gone through episodes of depression. We all deal with it, and we all have to get through it. And talking helps out a lot. Like not just my podcast. I also am part of men's group to kind of start helping with my situations I have.
So when I was younger, I used to suffer from a lot of depression, and I had no one to talk to.
Yeah.
And I used to have a bad temper, like really bad temper. I think I still suffer from depression, but I've got it kind of a lot more under control now than what I used to.
Yeah, no, I absolutely, it's absolutely something that I think and something I want to delve deep into. I actually want to do like I want to dive into depression and tools of like what dark energy does to us. Because there's a lot of tools that want us to be brought down. There's a lot of things that want us to be depressed and feel like we're lost and have no hope for anything. And that's actually an episode I got to do that episode. And I'm pretty quick here, I think.
You do.
Yes. All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on today and coming for the interview. Where can everyone find you?
Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Discord, Twitter, basically anywhere. Just go to Google and type in GamerChrisCC and everything will come up.
Yeah, it's the name of the title is on the podcast too. So, I thank you so much for being here. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be the end of the podcast, the end of the interview. I just want to say, everyone, remember, here at 6 Letter Earth, we support the F word here. We support the F word. I'll tell the F word to everyone. I'll tell the F word to Chris too. Which, if you've been listening, you know that stands for freedom. Freedom is the most important thing, and I hope we support that F word here. Freedom to the world, freedom to you, and most importantly, freedom to your mind. Thank you, everyone. That's it, and have a good one.